In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a simple long sleeve and turn it into a detailed button-up. For this project, you're going to need a long sleeve shirt, fabric, I went with a thick cotton, pins, scissors, thread, some pattern drafting materials, so paper, pencil, and a ruler, and some buttons. We're going to start by finding the center front line of our long sleeve, and then we're going to place pins to mark out that center. And then we're going to cut where we placed our pins. So now we have the opening for our button up. And then we're going to finish the edges with a button placket out of our cotton fabric. So here I'm just deciding the width that I want for the button placket, and I'm going to be timesing that by 2 and adding seam allowance. And making sure that it's long enough for the front of your shirt. And we're going to cut out 2 of those pieces. The next step is to attach these pieces, the button plackets, to the front of the shirt. And we're going to do that by placing right sides together. To create a clean finish, we can fold the button placket over the edge of the fabric. And then we're going to sew along where we pinned. Then we're going to iron what we just sewed, and making sure to iron the seam allowance towards the button placket. And then ironing down the seam allowance on the other side of the button placket and then folding it in half. Here I'm just playing around with the width of the button placket. I decided to make it a little thinner because it's not too late to make changes. So I just trimmed it by 2 centimeters. And then again folded over the seam allowance, ironed that down, and then fold it in half. And then flipping it over, I'm placing pins in the seam and then catching the fabric on the other side. And then I'm going to sew where I pinned. In the seam, catching the fabric on the back. And then I'm going to do the exact same for the other side. Just a reminder, if you don't have fabric long enough, you can always attach 2 pieces together. And now I have my 2 button plackets done. Now I'm going to move on to the cuffs of the sleeve. I am making the sleeves a little bit shorter because I found that they were too long with the cuffs attached, but that's totally up to you. So I'm measuring out my cuff width, doubled with seam allowance. And then for the length, I'm just measuring what feels comfortable around my hand plus seam allowance. And then just pinning those edges right sides together and folding it in half. Now you can test out how it feels. I decided to make a little bit of alterations to make the cuff a little tighter. It's good to play with it a bit before you sew it down. And once you like the fit, you can sew where you placed your pins. And then if you have excess, just trim that away. And then we're going to slide the sleeve into the cuff that we just created, right sides together, and then pin along the edge of the cuff. My sleeve's poking out because again, I'm shortening the length of the sleeve. And then you can sew along where you pinned. It is a little bit tricky because the sleeve is quite tight. Now with the cuff attached, we can fold it right side out. And then we're going to fold in our 1 centimeter seam allowance and iron that down. And then with that ironed, we can fold the cuff in half, tucking it inside, and then flip the shirt inside out. And we want to make sure all of the raw edges are tucked inside the cuff. And then on the right side of the shirt, we're going to pin in the seam, catching the cuff on the other side. This was too tight to sew with my machine, so I have to hand sew where I pinned. Making sure to catch the cuff on the inside of the shirt. And then we're going to do the exact same steps for the other sleeve. So now we have our 2 cuffs and our 2 button plackets sewn. Next, we're going to measure out the neckline, and we're going to use that measurement to make our collar stand and our collar. And here are the instructions on how to do the next steps of the video. And using those instructions, this is me going through those steps. First, I'm completing the collar stand, and then the next is the collar fall. Once I have my collar fall, I'm just adding my seam allowance and then cutting out the pattern piece. And then doing the same for the collar stand, adding my seam allowance, and then cutting out the pattern piece. And now we have the 2 pattern pieces for our collar and our collar stand. And we're going to cut out 2 of both of these pieces. So 2 of the collar, and then again 2 of the collar stand. And for the collar stand, I like to cut these pieces on the bias. Now I'm going to place my 2 collar pieces right sides together and sew along 3 of the edges, leaving the neckline open. Then trim away the excess fabric on the corners to help create a sharper edge when you flip it right side out. If you need extra help, you can also take a hand sewing needle, tie a little knot on the edge of the corner, poke your pin through, and pull the thread. This will help the fabric create a sharper point. And then you can trim away that piece of thread. The next step is ironing out the collar. And then we're going to take our 2 collar stand pieces and place them right sides together. And then fold over and iron the neckline seam allowance of one of the pieces. Just to make sure everything lines up, I'm going to mark out the center of the collar and the collar stand with a notch. And then I'm going to place my collar in between the 2 layers of the collar stand with the collar stand pieces facing right sides together. And then I'm going to sew along the edges of my collar stand, making sure that I'm catching the collar as well. And then we can iron out what we just sewed. The next step is to attach the collar and the collar stand to the shirt. I finished the top edges of my button placket, which I actually didn't mean to do because it's going to create extra bulk when I'm attaching the collar stand, so I just used my seam ripper to unstitch those edges. And then here I'm just pinning the right side of my shirt to the right side of my collar stand, and that's the side that I didn't iron up. And then I can sew along where I pinned. After ironing, we can place pins in the seam at the back of the neck, catching the fabric of the folded over collar stand on the other side. And again, sew along where we pinned. The final step is going to be our buttons and our buttonholes. So here I'm just pinning where I want to place my buttons, and on the other side the buttonholes. And here I'm going to hand stitch all of the buttons using the same color thread as the button. And I'm only going through 1 layer of the button placket so you can't see it on the inside. And then with all the buttons sewn, you can sew your buttonholes. And I prefer to do this by hand by just cutting a little slit and then hand sewing the edges, but you can also do this with your machine if you prefer. And you're all done. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please subscribe.